Hi, I'm Katie. I'm the social media manager.
I'm Samantha. I'm the director of the Cattery.
And we work at the Cattery.
We work at the Cattery.
We do. So, we actually got this question on TikTok.
We get it a lot, too.
Honestly, we do. It's not the first time I've seen it. But somebody wanted to know how we got started funding-wise. I think whenever people find out that we're a no-kill cage-free shelter, especially for cats, a lot of people are interested in that topic. They're curious about starting their own shelter, which is awesome. And the biggest question, honestly, is like, how did you get started? How did you get started with funding? We have talked about this before, though. Episode 1, well, technically episode 0. You can check that out for the full backstory on how the Cattery got started. But funding specifically, I mean, Sam started the Cattery, so.
Yeah, funding-wise, I saved up $15,000 of my own money.
Wow.
And yeah, it took
Hustle.
It was like my life savings.
Oh my God.
So yeah, my whole emergency fund and multiple months of salary saved up.
Oh my God.
At the time.
Whew. 15,000.
And I got a loan for 20,000.
Okay. So we're at 35,000.
Yeah, and that roughly lasted not very long.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like thinking about our rough budget monthly now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, ooh.
That's like one payroll right now, but
right. It was my life savings.
2-week time period now, but for salaries. But anyway.
Yeah.
I was the only employee and I didn't get paid. I had it in my budget that I would get paid, but I did not get paid for 2 or 3 years at least.
I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't think about when they are like, oh, I want to start a shelter. It's like, yeah, but how are you going to live? Do you have a backup plan?
Yeah, I had to make Scott get a higher paying job because he was a teacher.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Honestly, we almost lost our house.
Oh my God.
At one point. We pulled that out right at the end.
Gosh. That's a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah. So I suggest definitely saving up as much money as you can.
Yeah.
But I want to say I was probably a little bit naive because I did think I would make a salary pretty quickly. I had a business plan. I made a business plan. I had a budget.
You were ready.
I was ready. However, like a budget is basically just predicting.
It's a hope and a prayer.
A hope and a prayer. And like in my plan, I had ways to get income and they just didn't pan out as quickly as one would have hoped.
Right.
And plus I was one person, so I was doing everything. And we did have volunteers really quickly because luckily the newspaper came out and did an article the first week we were open.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Maybe even before that. Might have been before we were
That
open.
is really helpful. Yeah.
But
get the word out. Pre-social media.
Yeah.
That
was really hard.
Social media. Right. That's hard mode.
One of my volunteers that was, like I said, Scott was a teacher, so he talked about this to his class that were 8th graders, and one of them made us a MySpace.
We have to find that MySpace.
I've tried. It's not there anymore.
I wish they'd preserved MySpace. That's a totally different topic, but I'm always thinking about MySpace. Like,
it was so cute too.
That's so cute. Did all the little coding for you?
Yeah.
Did you have music on there?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I really want to see that. Dang it.
Maybe we can find it.
Yeah, we're gonna look for it. If we find it, we'll link it in the comments or in the description.
But yeah, I had really no idea what I was doing as far as anything.
Yeah.
Don't put that in.
But it's true. It was a adventure.
It was a big adventure.
Really
and luckily,
big adventure.
I had a spouse that could get a job making more money. And like at one point I had temp jobs at one point.
Oh my gosh.
On top of the shelter.
Working 72 hours a day.
Yeah. So, I mean, I suggest definitely, like, I jumped right into a brick and mortar, and you don't have to do that. You can,
start smaller.
Everyone that emails me and asks me this question, I say you need to volunteer with an organization that already exists.
That's a good idea.
And see what goes on and whatever before you reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
Like I did.
Like we said, Sam was on hard mode when we started the Cattery.
However, there wasn't a cat shelter here at all, so I didn't really have anywhere I could go. I was a volunteer at one of my local organizations, but I didn't really learn much as far as
like a cat shelter.
Yeah, as far as a cat shelter goes. I actually looked outside of my city to other places that had cat shelters and learned a lot from them.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but as far as funding goes, a lot of granting organizations won't give you startup funds or even give you money at all until you've been open for a year.
Really?
Yeah, because you're an unknown.
Not proven. Yeah, it could just be anyone.
Yeah, you're not.
Oh my goodness.
A known quantity. They don't know if they don't want to waste their money, basically.
Yeah, definitely. So really plan for maybe that first year. Like you got to figure it out.
Yeah, and I don't know what the rules for PetSmart Charities is, but or PetSmart stores in the beginning, like when we started, you also had to be open a year before you could sign up to do adoptions at PetSmart.
Really? Oh my goodness.
So you have to figure out a whole bunch of things. One is funding, but also where are you going to do adoptions?
Yeah, because all that's going to play into your funding, how much you think you might need to get started, where you decide to do the adoptions out of. Also, really, I mean, there's so many different types of cat shelters if you really want to get specific. Like you could do an adoption place like we do, or you could do like a sanctuary where you don't adopt them out and you give them a forever home. I know that there's one, I don't know where it is, but they only have senior cats and that's it. And it's like, that's a whole different type of funding.
Yeah, that's basically no visibility.
Yeah. Like what do you,
besides volunteers, probably not, the public probably doesn't come out.
Exactly.
So you got to think about all these different things.
There's so many things you have to think about for funding. But yeah, as far as Sam, her own money.
Yeah, it's basically all my own money.
Out of her wallet. Every penny.
Wallet. Yeah.
She's in the parking lot looking for pennies too. Just lucky pennies. I need some money. I'm not against doing that, by the way.
No, I mean, if you have the resolve to do that, like,
yeah, any way to make money to make a shelter happen. I mean, it's no matter where you get your funding from, it's going to need a certain level of dedication and a little bit of craziness. I'm just not.
Yeah, I mean,
passion.
It was craziness. I don't recommend it.
No,
I don't recommend it.
No,
I recommend starting slow and fostering,
building it over time.
Yeah, learning all the things. Like everything doesn't have to be as hard as it was for us. You don't have to have sleepless nights of, once you do have employees, how are you going to pay them?
Right. Oh my God.
Like you don't have to sacrifice your own self,
your own mental health.
Yeah, to pay other people, which God. I did for years. And like we're 15 years old, and honestly, just within the last 2 years have I gotten a full salary.
Right. God. Yeah, so I guess you have to be okay with going without a salary for a while if you want to jump right into it like that, or just build it up really slow.
Yeah, build it up really. That's what I would suggest.
Yeah.
And if you're volunteering or eventually even get hired at a shelter,
yeah,
that might be enough to satisfy
your desire.
Yeah, your desire to start something fresh.
Right.
I felt
so much work.
I did what I did because I felt like there was a need here that wasn't being met.
Right, exactly.
At the time, which it has changed a lot here in our community, but at the time there just wasn't a place that prioritized cats.
Yeah.
We were a very dog-centric community, which there's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted the cat people to be represented as well.
Yeah. Represent the cat peeps. And
I'm
even
flashing
then,
my beans right now.
you're flashing your beans? Even though I would say Corpus, as far as pets go, you're right about it. It used to be more dog centric, but even then, like, we didn't have a dog park until a couple of years ago.
No, we didn't. It was like, I don't feel like it was a pet friendly community.
No,
at
just
all.
in general, just like
people loved their pets, just
Yeah.
the community wasn't
just
pet
like
friendly.
they love their pets separately
Yeah.
from each other.
Yeah.
Instead of, coming together about it.
There wasn't any place to go to
We still
socialize.
don't have a cat cafe.
That's coming.
Is it?
In the
By who?
shelter, it's coming.
Wait, for reals?
Do you want to see my picture?
Yeah, I want to see. Okay, we'll look at that after this.
There, if you actually listen, for the 36 people that listen to this podcast,
Yeah,
you'll know that something good is coming.
Something good.
You better not put this in the teaser.
I won't.
Okay.
I'll leave it out of the teaser. So if you've listened this far, thank you for listening, by the way. You guys.
Now you know a secret.
We have a secret. Ooh, I might put "we have a secret" in there. Then they'll be like, "Ooh, what's the secret?"
Yeah, maybe I should listen to this one.
Mm.
Maybe I should listen to the whole thing.
Right.
On what these crazy ladies are talking about.
Funding.
So that's basically it.
Yeah.
I do know of a cat shelter that started because they had multiple, like a group of friends or which became board members. They all put their own money into it as well, but at least it wasn't one
combined
person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they all worked there.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
I suggest making sure you really get along with those people if you go that route, because
it's for the long haul.
I have seen small rescues that were just like 3 people not make it because they argued about everything and they broke up and made their own rescues.
Not for everybody.
Yeah, not for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And if you're like me, you're really involved in rescue and stuff, you're willing to put the money thing aside for your passion, because literally end of the day, you can't take money with you into the afterlife.
No.
But you can take all of your experience, hopefully. Your happy life, your memories, your legacy.
Memories.
Oh, goodness. So yeah, that wraps it up, guys. That's how Sam got started with the Cattery, with
my own money and lots of tears.
Lots of crying. And
if I had $1 for every tear.
Ooh.
TEAR. There wouldn't have been any issues.
Yep, we would have been multimillionaires. Ha, Dan. Dan's right here. All right, guys, that wraps it up. If you like our podcast, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We post a new podcast every Monday. And let us know if you like the new format. And, of course, let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything you want us to cover and talk about, because we probably can talk about it for a while.
It might not make any sense.
Yeah.
But we can talk about it.
It'll be interesting enough. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.